Members of the state's congressional delegation are trying to bring greater transparency to the growing number of purchases of Oklahoma farmland by foreign entities, Chinese entities in particular. News 9's Alex Cameron has the details from our Washington bureau.
Well, foreign ownership and investment in agricultural property in Oklahoma is certainly not new, but the state's legalization of medical marijuana in 2018 did push it to a new level.
The year after we legalized marijuana in the state, there were more acres in Oklahoma purchased by foreign entities than any other state in America.
And Senator James Lankford says Chinese entities are leading the way, in some instances corrupting the state's fledgling medical cannabis industry and at the same time exposing a nationwide problem that the USDA doesn't screen these purchases.
We should do some basic checks on this and not just trust every Chinese company that they're coming for our good. I want to create a way to be able to evaluate that.
Next week, Lankford will introduce the Soil, Security and Oversight of International Landholdings Act to deter criminal investment in agriculture by putting the USDA on the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S., or CFIUS, requiring that CFIUS review farmland purchases by certain foreign entities and broadening the disclosure requirements for certain land purchases. Congressman Frank Lucas introduced similar legislation last year, and noting that Chinese land holdings alone increased from about 14,000 acres in 2010 to 352,000 acres in 2020, said in a recent letter to Agriculture Secretary Vilsack, constituents deserve to know as much as possible about foreign acquisition of domestic farmland, regardless of whether we are concerned about the motives of the parties involved. He and Lankford are on the same page.
And I want to make sure that we have a national check, just like we do on a technology entity, also for agriculture.
Now, Lankford says this is not a partisan issue and that he's had good conversations with the administration about this. We'll see if the bill goes anywhere. In our Washington bureau, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.